Hello everyone and welcome back on Block Gems. On Block Gems we talk about what is going on in the non-fungible tokens space, and today we're going to talk about BEEPLE and why he's such a sought after artist in the entire NFT art landscape and why his works are so expensive. So first of all, if you want to talk a little bit about numbers, we should look at the most expensive artworks ever sold in the space. And we can see that he holds both position number 1 and position number 2. So Crossroads sold for 6.6 million very recently, and the complete MF collection sold for this absolutely ridiculous meme amount that we can see here. It is interesting to say that the news that Crossroads sold for this amount came together almost at the same time, actually, with another news. The news that Christies would have held an auction for one of his works. The work we're talking about here is called The First 5,000 Day and is part of the Everyday series. It's actually a collection of most of his everydays, and we will see what these everydays are in a second. And this is an auction that is going on, is live now, will end in about 10 days, and we have a current bid already for 3 million. Bear in mind that Christie's decided to launch this auction with a minimum price of $100 just because they didn't know at all what to expect from this. They didn't know for a number of reasons, but especially for one reason. This was the first time that Christie's auctioned an NFT, a digital asset. So the reason why it is super important is because this is a sort of pivotal moment in the entire art market. There was no time before that a traditional space such as Christie's had hosted an auction of this kind. So there is a sort of historical significance attached to this auction. Secondly, what we must say is that the auction on Christie's is only a part of a larger project that entails Christie's Makerspace and, of course, BEEPLE. Because there was also another exhibition that went live at the same time where Christie's launched the auction, and was an exhibition on the makerspace website. This is the exhibition we're talking about, for an edition of 105 pieces. Each would sell for $1. And what happened here, there is already a crazy story for this exhibition here, is that the moment Makerspace opened the exhibition for the purchase of their clients, that was also the moment where the website crashed because there was so much traffic on the same page. And there are already articles coming out discussing the event. So all these sub-stories and these facts are building to the fame of people in the space. We talked about prices from $1 to $6.6 million, but now I want to talk about price appreciation. So let's imagine that you would have bought Politics is Bullshit by BEEPLE on October 29, 2020. This artwork is now selling for $150,000. Actually, I correct myself because this was the amount that it last sold for. But if you want to buy one of these tokens today, you need to fork at least on $375,000. So this is the kind of price appreciation that you will be looking at in case you have been holding on this kind of token. So I also want to discuss about why this artist is so sought after and why he's receiving so much attention and such price appreciation. For now, we've looked at prices, we've seen the stories that surround him, but why it is so hyped, everything that he touches. So there are a number of reasons. Of course, we cannot know all reasons, but some reasons that I want to discuss are these. So, first of all, he was one of the very first artists that were already famous before that decided to enter the NFT space, just to get involved into the space, explore it, see as an innovation opportunity. But not only that, he decided also to innovate within the space itself. A few examples. When he performed this exhibition, the 2020 collection, with Nifty Gateway, what happened was that he did not only sell the actual digital asset, he also decided to sell a physical component connected to it. In this case was a screen, an always-on display that was constantly displaying the artwork that you had bought. And there was also a provocative aspect, because in this kit he would have also added sample of his hair in a small bottle. So there were all these components. So the innovative component, that is a particularly frequent theme in all his works, but also this provocative component that is at the same time also very frequent in whatever he does. And another example is this dynamic Nifty. So today we are more accustomed to the idea of complex dynamics attached to the artworks that we buy. I also talked about one presented by Mad Dog Jones a few weeks ago. And even today on Rarible or any other platform, even on Nifty Gateway itself, we are more accustomed to seeing this exchange of tokens, these burning and minting of tokens after you buy an artwork or entering a raffle, or all these very weird or sophisticated dynamics attached to the purchase of an artwork. But back when he launched this drop, this was the first drop, he was one of the very first, at least one of the very first famous artists that decided to create this dynamic Nifty concept that entailed a token minted pre-election with both Trump and Biden sort of fighting against each other. And after the election, this token would be burned, and you would receive this token here in case of the Biden win, or in case of Trump win, you would receive this other token. So as mentioned, we are looking at an artist that kept on innovating within a space that was already very, very, very innovative in itself. So all these aspects sort of enhanced the value of whatever he was producing, or at least attracted a lot of attention. So there's also another reason that I found very interesting, and it just relates to the amount of pure brute force work that he has been putting in. This guy has been working for 5,053 consecutive days, no stop. He has been producing art. So every day he has been outputting something. There are, of course, these are all documented works. And what I find interesting about this is that it is easy to say, he did just this token or this picture that might have taken him 2-3 hours, and then he's making all this money out of it. But the reality is that it is very frequent for artists to be very underpaid for the initial works that they did. So whenever we are buying something from a very famous artist, you're not just paying for that specific artwork, but when you're buying that final artwork, that last artwork, you're paying for all the work that he has been putting in, and that got him there in front of you, or that made him so famous that you actually got to know him. And I hope that this information helped you to navigate the space better, helped you to understand a little bit the kind of characters that are populating the NFT art space. And hopefully we will see some of these stories coming also from other sides and also from other artists. Maybe we will see in the future also other artists being on auction on Christies or Sotheby's or more traditional environments, because these kind of events are the events that bring more value to the space and who knows, maybe even more value to some of the works that you have been collecting so far. So if you like the content, please subscribe to the channel and press the like button. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.